Namaste yogis. I'm Chelsea Rotherd, and today I want to share with you just a few simple poses that you can do prenatally at home. Some things to really help with optimal fetal positioning, getting baby into the right place, as well as just take care of those daily aches and pains, some low back pain, possibly some sciatica pain. So if you have a block at home, that would probably be helpful, but it's definitely not necessary by any means. So let's go ahead and start just in an easy cross-legged position. Allowing your hands to come and rest on the thighs and just closing the eyes. We'll take a few moments to just tune into the breath. And checking in with yourself right now as to how you're really feeling and how you're holding up with all the changes that your body are currently undergoing. Knowing that every day of your pregnancy is a little bit different. Your babies undergo such significant change so quickly, as does your body. Each and every day growing and developing more and more. Just taking a moment to really tune in to how you're feeling right now. Physically in the body, mentally in the mind, and emotionally in the heart. Let's take a breath together in through the nose and out the mouth with a sigh. We can ease the eyes open. We'll send the fingertips down beside us. Taking an in-breath, let your arms reach up. And an exhale as you open twist to the right. Just bring your fingers to the front and back, keeping your babies facing forward. Inhale as your arms reach up, and exhale over to the left. So just a couple of dynamic movements, a nice safe and open twist. Just making sure that you are keeping the sit bones rooted firm to the ground. The side body feels particularly long on each inhale. And you're just finding this subtle twisting movement through the lumbar spine as you rotate from side to side. Let's go one more on each side. Using the breath. And then inhaling, allowing your arms to reach all the way up. And exhale, bring the hands down to the center of your heart. Let's transition to the hands and the knees. Spread the fingers out nice and wide. We'll take a few cat and cows. Inhaling as the chest reaches forward and up. And exhale as you round and dome your back. Inhaling as the chest and the chin draw forward. And exhaling, rounding your back, just doming around your baby's home. We'll take about 3 more. Pelvic rocks are so good for allowing your baby to nudge a little bit deeper down into that head down position. It alleviates a lot of that low back and pelvic pain. The recommendation is about 25 to even up to 50 pelvic rocks a day for optimal positioning. And let's pause as we come into stillness. We'll take the right foot and step it forward to the outer edge of the hand. This is where if you had a block, it might be helpful to place your hands down on the block on its medium height as the right foot steps forward. We're going to slide the left knee back just a little bit. And really depends on the baby. So if you feel like your foot to the edge of the mat has enough space for your baby, great. If you feel like you need more, just take your foot off the mat. But regardless, we're going to turn the toes to about 1 or 2 o'clock. And then we'll take some lunging. So inhale as your heart space reaches forward, the pubic bone is heavy. And then exhale as you rock back, pointing the toes to the sky and drawing your nose low. Inhale as the heart space pulls forward. And exhale as you round your spine and pull back. A few dynamic lunges forward and back, again following the rhythm of the breath. The inhale is forward, the exhale is back. And just knowing in this moment as we rock the right hip like this, what we're looking for is to create a little bit more pelvic space on the right side. The more pelvic space we can create in our pregnancies, the more width and depth there is for your baby to move down into that head down position and nice and tight into the birth canal. We really want to get this going as soon as possible to avoid too much movement of your baby in there, the potential of them moving into a breech position. Kind of want to get them locked and loaded. Let's get one more forward and back. And you'll rebend the knee and pause. Let's go ahead and move the block out of our way. Bring the knee down to the ground. And then from here, I want you to tuck your toes and take a seat back on top of your heels. Not a very pleasant sensation most of the time for a pregnant mama, but it's really good for those calf cramps that you may be getting. It's great for building up some arch support as we get heavier in the feet and lose that arch support. Just one more breath. And then let's place the palms forward and we'll do the same thing. If you've got the block, let's use it on its medium height. The left foot's going to step forward either on the mat to the edge or all the way off the mat. But again, turn the toes to 1 or 2 o'clock and slide that right knee back a little bit. Inhale as you draw your chest and chin forward. And exhale as you rock back. Try to straighten the leg any amount. Just continue this rocking motion forward and back. Now knowing that we're easing the left hip open, we're creating more pelvic space on the left. As well as really accessing the hamstring muscles when the leg is straight, which when the hamstrings are long and happy, your low back is long and happy. This is a great exercise if you have been having any round ligament pain, sciatic pain. Let's take about 2 more, forward and back, just easing the hip open. Nice work, mamas. Come back to the center. Move the block out of the way. Bring the knee back down to the ground. And one more time, we're going to tuck the toes and take a seat back on the heels. This time, we're going to add what's known as a birthing breath, a great breath for childbirth itself. So you're going to inhale through the nose for the count of 4, and then off pursed lips, like you're trying to blow a candle out that's across the room, you'll exhale for 8, so twice as long. We'll take 3 rounds. So in through the nose for 4. Off pursed lips for 8. In for 4. Out for 8. One more. In for 4. Out for 8. Well done. Hands down. Let's lift the hips up and come into downward facing dog. Widen those feet out as much as your belly is telling you it needs. You'll take a nice big breath in the nose or out the mouth. Put a little bend in the knees. Take a step back to the back of the mat. You'll just crawl the hands back. Put the hands on the thighs just to support yourself as you round and you roll all the way up to standing. When you get there, roll the shoulders back and down. And then from here, we'll move into a few pelvic squats. So your feet need to be wider than hips distance, and truthfully think of the size of your belly. So the bigger the belly, the wider the feet need to be. We'll turn the toes out to the side so that the heels are slightly in. Take an in breath, let your arms reach all the way up. And then exhale, knees wide, like you're opening a door. You'll come down through a pelvic squat. And then from there, hands come onto the thighs. You'll drop the forehead heavy and round and roll your spine as you rise back up to stand. Arms reach up at the top. And exhale again, knees coming wide as you lower through a pelvic squat. Hands on the thighs, round and roll all the way up. The head's the last thing to touch, then the arms come up again. And exhale, back down into the squat. So, if you're comfortable here, closing the eyes and just allowing yourself to feel like you're moving into this moving meditation. Full of strength, full of stamina. I'm thinking again about the physical aspects of a squat. Opening the hips, preparing for childbirth, strengthening the legs as they are really doing the work to carry the weight of your baby, the placenta, the excess fluid in the body. You really do need strong legs to support this time. Helps to move baby down into a head down position, but more importantly, keep them in a head down position. This is why if you have a breech baby, you probably wouldn't want to go all the way down into a squat. Instead, you'd probably be pausing more in a halfway squat, still strengthening and opening the legs before rising. Let's take one more squat. Arms reaching up and hands drawing down to the center of the heart. Turn the toes to face forward, one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just close the eyes. Take a moment to regulate your breath. All right, let's ease the eyes open. We're going to take a straddle through the legs. A wide straddle, but never so wide that it causes any strain on the inner hips. We'll turn our right toes out and angle the left toes in, and then bend your knee, moving into a warrior two shape. Your arms coming out to the side. Relax the shoulders down. And we're going to come back into that birthing breath, in for 4, out for 8. So it's an inhale, let your arms reach up, and then an exhale, off pursed lips, out for 8. In for 4, out for 8. In for 4, out for 8. Arms open back out, straighten the leg, turn and pivot the toes. Bring the hands onto the hips. In between, I'm going to have you again pull your heels in and your toes out, and then draw the knees out into a temple squat. So allowing your hips to feel nice and heavy, the knees to open to accentuate the strength and length of the inner thighs. We'll place the right palm down and just stretch up and over with the left. And then switching, hand comes down, up and over with the right. Back to the center, push into the feet, rise, and transition to the other side. So left toes turning out, right toes angling in, bending the knee, and opening the arms, returning to warrior two. Same breaths. Inhale, up for 4, out for 8. In for 4, out for 8. Last one. Straighten the arms, straighten the leg, turn and pivot the toes. Once again, heels pull in, toes pull out. We draw into that malasana or temple squat, opening the knees to the sides. And then this time we're going to take just a couple of different variations of squat. So your elbows are going to pull back so that they're in line with the shoulders. And we'll take an in-breath. As you straighten your right leg, you reach out with the right. And then exhale as you draw deeper through the squat. And then out with the left. And then draw down through the squat. So let's inhale and reach. And exhale, deepen. Inhale, reach. Exhale, deepen. Reach. Deepen. Allowing yourself to move slow and strong. Everything we do prenatally is dependent on the breath. Allowing ourselves to really become familiar with this relationship between our breath and our body. This is a relationship that will serve you so well the day your babies are born. We need to access this belief in our breath to keep us present and calm through the more challenging times. Let's take one more. Good. Push your feet down, turn your toes forward, take an in-breath, let your arms reach up, and exhale, hinge and fold. If you have that block, you may want to place it underneath the hands as you fold. You may even want to widen your feet out a little bit more, again, as long as there's no feeling of strain in the inner groin. This position with a wide straddle through the legs and a heaviness in the belly is a very, very important position. As a doula, I tell all my mamas starting around their 34th week or so that they should spend as much time in this shape as possible. You could be leaning over a counter, you could be leaning over the back of the couch, but your baby's body is always going to fall the heaviest part of your body. So the back of their skull and the back of their spine being the heaviest part of their body is going to fall right now to your belly. And that's a position that's very important, is having their back to your belly. I'm sure you mamas have heard of this back labor, this posterior birth, and they can be long and challenging births. Optimal fetal positioning is everything when it comes to having a short and seamless birth experience. Let's take one more breath here. Even just tell your baby, your head is down, your back is to my belly, your chin is tucked into your perfect little chest. And then let's heel and toe our feet all the way back to what feels like hips distance for you these days. Hands on thighs, round and roll, back up to standing. Turn your palms forward, close the eyes and take a breath. Ease the eyes open. We're going to come on back down to the ground. So just come and take an easy seat. We'll take a few moments to close the eyes. Check in with yourself. All important pelvic floor work. So I always teach pelvic floor work in a 3-part system. So 3 different muscle groups working to strengthen the pelvic floor. So the first layer is this feeling of grip. So imagine there's a blueberry sitting on your mat right now and you're using the pelvic floor muscles to physically grip the blueberry. And then the second layer is to feel as though you're using your internal pelvic floor muscles to lift the blueberry all the way up off the mat. And then the third step is to release it and gently place it down without smushing it. So again, it's a grip, it's a lift, and it's a releasing back down. Now maybe adding the breath, closing the eyes, and inhale, we grip and we lift, and then we exhale to release. Inhale to grip and lift, and exhale to release. Just continue like this a few times. Grip, lift, release. More than anything, we're just teaching ourselves to understand the function of our body, to understand your ability to both tighten and maybe back off from that strength in the body, and also to soften and to release. Those are two very important qualities for both giving birth and for the healing of your body postpartum. I'll have you take about 3 more. Grip, lift, release. And then when you finish, go ahead, take a big breath in the nose, a sigh breath from the mouth, just to be done. You can open the eyes. We'll move into a keep-up exercise, I believe to be one of the most important things a pregnant mama can do. Seemingly simple in the physical body, it's more of a mental pose or a mental practice. So our arms are going to come out to the sides, and we're just going to move our arms up and down. That's all. So what does a keep-up exercise teach us? It teaches us to keep up. It has a very appropriate name. This is really important when we think about keeping up with the intensities and the unknowns of labor. There'll be many, many moments in one's laboring timeline where you say, I don't know if I can do this anymore, I don't want to do this anymore, and you try to just give up. And that's the same to say with motherhood, the newness of a baby. They're beautiful and sweet, but very demanding and needy as well. And there are sleepless nights, and there are moments where you're just like, I don't know what you need. And you have to know that what we've signed up for of being a mother is keeping up. We keep up. Even on the hard days, we keep up. And so these exercises are given to us to really start training the mind in its capability. Yes, my arms are on fire right now. I'd rather put my arms down, but I'm going to dive deep into this internal strength and knowing that I've got what it takes to keep up. No matter how hard it gets, I know that I've got what it takes, and I know my baby deserves this from me. So I want you just to close your eyes and allow yourselves a few moments to really step into your power. Maybe coming back to that breath, in for 4 and out for 8, as we get through just the last few moments here. You can swirl your neck around, you can deepen the breath, you can moan, you can groan, you can do whatever you need to do, just keep up. We have last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms up. Seal the palms and bring the hands to the center of the heart. Take a good wide breath in your nose. Sigh from the mouth. And then we always finish with just wrapping our arms around our baby's home, closing the eyes and tuning in. Taking this moment to recognize that by no mistake this baby's chosen you. This is the right time in your life. It is with the right partner in whatever way this baby was created. They are the person that you need, that your family needs. These children of ours are really our mirrors, our greatest teachers. Just taking a moment to really sit in gratitude that we've been blessed with the opportunity to become this little soul's mother, to teach them, to grow and learn with them. Thank you, baby, for choosing me. Thank you, body, for being so strong and capable. Thank you, mind, for being so resilient. And thanking yourself for making time for the practice. We're reminded of how strong and capable we really are. One more breath, just as we are. Go ahead and release the hands. Let's take the right hand down, the left arm up and over for a little arc. Left hand down, right arm up and over. Soles of the feet together. Just a simple, easy fold. Really going down as low as feels appropriate for your hips and your back and your baby. And coming back up through the center, bringing the palms together at the heart and just really saying gratitude to your body, to your practice, to each other. If you'd like, you can lay on the left side for Shavasana. I always think it's a great idea to stay up and maybe sit here for a moment longer in meditation and just ponder the magic of what's going on in your life. But I leave you now saying namaste from me to you, peace and blessings. Until next time.